I've been a dancer for 15 years, and let me tell you, dancing is hard. The technique that takes years to perfect, the pain that is involved in strapping a wooden block onto your foot, which is also known as point shoes, the flexibility, the teamwork, the months of practice for one performance that would last about 5 to 10 minutes, and working through all of this with a beautiful smile on your face to show just how easy it is. Dance definitely takes stamina, strength, and teamwork, which are all characteristics of sports. Don't get me wrong, dance uses so much athletic ability, but dance is not a sport. It's so much more. Dance is an art form. First of all, dancers have to make what they're doing look effortless. Dancing is all about entertainment. You would never know how much pain and effort goes into a dance performance when you're an audience member. So think about the Nutcracker. The Nutcracker is a well-known ballet performed by professional ballets all over the world during Christmas time. It's a story about a little girl. During Christmas, she goes to the sugar plum fairy, all that stuff. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. So we all know the storyline, and that's what we think of when we think of the Nutcracker. We don't think about the athletic ability that it takes to perform the Nutcracker. If you think about a well-known sport, let's take basketball for example, they don't really have to think about what they look like while they're playing. Sure, they are probably worried about their form and how they shoot or something like that, but they don't keep the audience in mind. They don't have to because they aren't trying to relate to the audience and portray a message. They aren't performing, they're playing a game. Next, dance doesn't fit the definition of a sport. There are many more add-ons to the definition. So, Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines a sport as an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. So, let's go through this definition step by step. So, the first part says an activity involving physical exertion and skill. As I said in my introduction, if you guys remember, dance definitely takes physical exertion. I listed off stamina, strength, and teamwork. I would say that those are all things that go into normal sports. So that is true. The next part of the definition says in which an individual or team competes against another or others. That can also be true if we're thinking about competitive dancing, which I'll talk about a little bit later. Next, it says for entertainment. That is definitely true. As I said in my previous point, dancing is mostly about entertainment and performing. So dance has so many more add-ons to this definition though. So an author from Ithaca College, also a dancer herself, explains it well by saying that the end goal of sports and dance is different. If we go back to our example of basketball players aspire towards winning the game. Dancers aspire towards performing. You might be thinking that competitive dancing could be a loophole here. Dance teams definitely aspire towards winning, but even in these situations, judges look mostly at the team's ability to perform. The same dancer from Ithaca College explained that competitive dancing judges have no set of rules to abide by. In gymnastics, there is a scoring guide that determines how a gymnast would get points. There's no such thing for dance. It's not possible to judge dance off of a rubric because dance is all about what the audience feels. So one dance team could win a competition, but if there was a different set of judges, the results could have ended up totally different. Lastly, dance has been evolving throughout time. So similar to art, dance has progressed into so many different styles. If you think about all the different art forms that there are, such as abstract, modern, impressionist, pop art, like all those different kinds. All these different types of art were made for a certain time in history. They were made to relate to the people during that time period and the events that were going on. That was the whole point of art. So dance has so many different styles as well. Just to name a few, there's tap, ballet, point, jazz, lyrical, hip-hop, and like so many more different kinds of dance. All of these styles of dance were made for a certain time as well in order to relate to different time periods different groups of people, etc. Dance had to change with our evolving minds. Madison Linehan, a dancer from Troy University, stated it well by saying that dance is all about tapping into the audience's emotions. That's the whole point of art. So dance has to be made to look pretty. Dance doesn't fit the definition of a sport because there's so many more add-ons to it, and dance has been evolving all throughout history, just like art. All proving why dance is an art form, not a sport. As a dancer myself, I fully admit that dance takes a great amount of athletic ability. I just believe that if you're dancing with the right intentions, the art of dance should outweigh the athletic characteristics that dance has. Martha Graham, the creator of modern dance and one of the most famous dancers in the dance world, said it best herself. Dance is the hidden language of the soul. Dance has nothing to do with how high you can kick your leg or how many turns you can do in a row, although that is definitely cool. But it's more so about using your movement to tell a story, and no sport does that.